So the creators of Twitter define it as an information network made up of 140 character messages called tweets. So what you'll begin to learn with Twitter is that it has a really unique set of lingo. And as we go through the modules, I'll give you a brief description of what they are, and then we'll go into them in more detail later on. So a 140 character update in Twitter is what's known as a tweet. So one of the things to know about Twitter is that it's one of the fastest growing social networks. It's got a lot of velocity right now. It's taking off, and there's a lot of signups every single day, and it's growing at a very, very rapid pace. Now, it's often referred to as microblogging. And the reason for that is it's kind of like blogging where you're doing updates and you're talking about what's going on, or you're putting up posts and publishing links to content, but it's done with 140 characters, so it's kind of been coined as microblogging. Now, Twitter is an ideal place for doing research and finding out what is the latest news and the latest trends that are going on in the world. Now, this is a really, really powerful, unique thing with Twitter in that you can go on and you can search for just about anything, and you can find out what's going on in the world. A lot of journalists, a lot of reporters, and people that report on the news, they're taking to Twitter because they find news now as it's happening. So as an example, somewhere in the world, there might be some sort of an event that takes place, and people start turning to their mobile phones, and they do tweet updates, and they talk about what's going on. And it's a great way for news to spread really, really quickly. And what you're finding is that news actually tends to spread through the social networks, Twitter specifically, much, much faster than traditional media. So if you think about how a reporter or a journalist, how do they climb the ranks? How do they do their job better? Well, they want to report on the latest breaking news. And Twitter is a great source for them. And that's also a great source for you to get connected with different journalists and different reporters as well. Now, one of the great things about Twitter is that it forces you to give very concise updates. We live in an era right now of information overload. There's more information at our fingertips than any one individual could possibly process. And so when you're using Twitter, because of the character limit of 140 characters, it forces you to be very, very precise and succinct with your message. And, a